What's up, fam? Hope you're doing fantastic out there. Today we are going to go ahead and take a look at a trio of fixed blade offerings from Kizer. These two are very much new, and this is a little bit of an older knife. So we are actually going to start with the Militaw and then go to the other two newer knives. So we'll just get these out of the way here, if I can. And then we'll go ahead and go over the Militaw. So again, this knife has been out for a little while. This is the Militaw fixed blade. They have two different versions of this knife. You have this version here with G10, micarta, and Nitro V. Then they offer one with aluminum, fat carbon, and S35. This particular version is $68. They run their Nitro V at 60 to 61 on this knife. And then the S35 version is ran at 60 to 62. 3.83 inches on your blade, 8.18 overall, and 4.5 ounces. Very, very nice in hand. Jonathan Stiles did a great job with this design and bringing that Militaw feel to a fixed blade knife. So really great job on that. One of my favorite knives from Kizer as far as ergonomics and action, and seeing that in a fixed blade is really, really interesting. Let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at things close up here so we can see these connections. So these are, of course, interchangeable. So if they do offer interchanging ones like they did with the standard Militaw, the folding Militaw, then that will be very nice. You do have a lanyard hole down here. Of course, again, the fit and finish is phenomenal. We have T8 hardware all the way around on this thing. Plunge grind is slacking, but it's not terrible. We do have a little bit of room for sharpening there. And sharpening does look to be good. Looks pretty clean on my end here. So we have the blade information there, Militaw, Nitro V, Stiles Design logo, and of course that new Kizer branding here on this side. So, oh yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the tip. Just the tip. Looks to be good. So yeah, you guys know with fixed blades, there's not a whole heck of a lot to talk about. This knife is done very nicely. It's contoured. There is chamfering on the edges. Functional jimping, you do have your jimping out here for your pinch grip, and then the standard jimping there is working for your standard grip. The finger choil location works great. It feels almost exactly like the Militaw folding knife, except it's a little bit thinner in profile. But overall, it feels great in the hand. It's no hot spots. I mean, this thing could definitely put in some work. Personally, I like the S35 versions a little bit better. Nitro V is a great worker still. Don't get me wrong there. You do also have some jimping here on the bottom that helps lock that finger in. And there's actually a little bit of a thumb ramp here as well if you don't want to get out onto the blade. You can kind of lock in right here, or you can get out onto the blade and lock in. So yeah, really great job on that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the hardware here. Just make sure our hardware is all good. I believe they're all T8s. No, that's a T10. So we got T8s on the handle here and the inserts. These are all done well so far anyway. And then we have a T10, I believe. Yeah, T10 there. So we got just a little bit of wiggle on our T10. Not terrible, just a little bit of wiggle there. So yeah, great job on that. It does come with a sheath. It's a standard standard Kizer sheath. I am not putting the blade in the sheath though. This particular one was one of the Christmas ones. You can hear crap rattling around inside that box. So if anyone from Kizer is watching, don't do this ever again, please. Please do not do this. This sheath is crammed full of stuff. And this knife is from the past round, so I'm sure someone has, put the knife in there not knowing or not thinking that there would be stuff in here. But there are some like little plastic beads that were in the case in there, and those are crammed into this thing. And if you put this blade in there, it's going to just chew it up. It's not my knife, so if it was my knife, I would care, throw it in there, it'd crunch up the plastic, and it'd be fine. But this isn't my knife. I'm not going to scratch it all to heck putting it in the sheath. So just be aware of that. If you do pick up one of these and it comes in one of those Christmassy things, make sure you dump the sheath out. Shake it out real good, whatever. Smack it on the table, try to knock some stuff out of it. I was able to get some things out of there, but there's still definitely one or two stuck up in there. So just be aware of that if you do pick up one of these, and it comes with that Christmassy box. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump into the next one. We'll start with the next, my next favorite on the list. So this is the Kwaiken. This is a Johan Jordan design. You guys should be familiar with him. He's done a couple of really awesome designs. He's got some designs with pickled steel. He did the Artisan Clio, which was a really awesome little 5th pocket carry. And then he has this this kind of the Kwaiken here. This little bit of a a Kwaiken style or a Tonto kind of style knife, Japanese style knife. So. Nitro V on this one, $56. They run their Nitro V at 60 to 61. There's a couple of different variations. I couldn't find this specific one, but they have a black and yellow. Kind of has a traditional Otanto or Wakizashi wrapping look to it. And then I believe they have like an all black one. 3.94 inches on your blade length, 7.88 overall, and only 2.55 ounces. So really nice lightweight knife, very minimalist style. Very minimalist carry, nice and thin. You do have kind of shadow boxed scales, lanyard loop there. Of course, that new Kizer branding. Let's go ahead and jump in on the close-ups. There's not a whole lot to look at here, but you'll be able to see the kind of the fit and finish on the G10. And again, you can see that shadow box look on the liners there. It looks like we have T8 hardware. Take a look at our plunge grind. Again, similar plunge grind. You do have sharpening room, but that plunge grind could be a lot better. Sharpening itself looks to be good. Trying to see it in the screen here. Yeah, I don't see any issues with that sharpening. Take a look at our tip. Tip does look to be just slightly off. You guys can see that there. It's slightly off to this side. So this side's a little straighter, and that side's got a little more angle to it. So there you go. That's a really good view. So we've definitely seen worse than that, but to give you an idea there, again, $56 on this knife. Does come with a Kydex sheath, of course, with one of those kind of the Tech-Lock style belt clips. Same as it's a typical knife sheath from Kizer. It does have adjustable retention right here, so you can certainly adjust that retention. It does have its retention set right here on the G10, so that will wear over time, but it's which is why it allows you to adjust that retention there. Outside of that, it's very nice in the hand. Again, it's a very thin, very slim knife. It's not really made to put in a ton of heavy, hard work. Just a nice EDC fixed blade, potentially even for some social work, although I don't have anything to keep me from sliding up onto the blade. So again, I would be kind of hesitant to use that, as that kind of social work environment. But the G10 is nice and grippy, so that will help. So, all right, let's go ahead and put this one up here, get that sheath back out, and we'll get out my favorite of the three. Which was kind of a surprise for me, is the Ursa Major. So this is a really cool, really beefy, outdoors knife, camp knife, whatever you want to call it. You got a really nice clip point blade, satin finish, really nice G10, very well finished G10 on this. They do offer a couple of different versions of this. You have the green and you have the green here, and then you have the black G10 as well. These run $70, and they're AEBL steel, which is really cool. Kizer's running the AEBL at 58 to 59. They also offer a Nitro V and Micarta version. They run the Nitro V again 60 to 62. That's running $75 for the Nitro V version. 4.43 inches on your blade, 9.13 overall, and just under 6 ounces at 5.85 ounces. Really nice thick blade stock here. Really great ergonomic handle, contoured scales, chamfered. It's got some grip in there. Really nice functional jimping. Really good job on this design. And this does have the old school Kizer logo on it, which is kind of interesting considering this is a brand new knife. Blind hardware on this side. You do have a hex driver there, a lanyard loop, and then you also have kind of proof that whoever designed this is very familiar with bushcrafting and outdoor use. You have a lanyard hole here and here, so you can do the tie-in on either end for your lanyard. And then you also have the lanyard there in the back, jimping on the back of the knife. Gapping and everything's perfect. And then here we have our T8 hardware. There you have your Ursa Major and then the designer's logo. Take a look at our plunge grind on this one. Plunge grind again is not terrible, not great, but you do have some sharpening room. Sharpening looks phenomenal. This is a really nice high edge here. Flat grind, half height flat grind. Got a pretty steep edge angle on it, so it will be a more of a a worker blade for sure. Take a look at that tip. Tip might be pretty good. Yep, tip is perfect. Great job on that. Really like the swedge and the fuller that runs in on this knife. Really good looking clip point blade. Kind of a an ode to a old school bowie. Just really, really, really cool knife. Feels great in the hand. I mean, I have zero complaints with this knife. Again, typical Kizer sheath. So nothing out of the ordinary there. It does have really great retention. This one does not have adjustable retention, but does have a really good thumb ramp there for you to really get in and push that blade off. No issues at all on how they did this blade. It's a really nice thick blade stock. I do believe this is 4mm stock. Let me just double check that. Let's see here. Okay, we're zeroed. Yep, 4mm stock. So, really nice, robust knife from Kizer. Great job on this one. So again, that's probably my favorite out of the two as far as ones that I would actually use. I don't often carry a fixed blade for everyday carry use. So a more outdoorsy fixed blade is typically more my style. I do have some EDC fixed blades that mean a lot to me and that I will carry quite often. But as far as knives that I personally would use, this is certainly more my style. And then that price point is really nice, again, being right there at $70. So these two are pretty much the same price. This is a little bit cheaper. So great showing from Kizer. Let me know what you guys think down below. Oh god, I just realized we didn't do the hardware checks on these. So let me go ahead and do that really quickly. Hardware on this one is really, really good. And then hardware on the Kwaiken is good also. No issues with that at all. So yeah, that is all I've got for you guys on this one. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. Please remember to be kind, be humble, and be EDC. Take care.